We're live? Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Dun 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 Live at 5. I like to add a theme song to Live at 5 every day.
We're keeping it now.
Yeah, because
it's official.
I think it it's a nice way to start the video.
I
How's
like
it going,
that.
Andy? How are you today?
I am so fantastic today. How are you doing? It's quite a busy week.
I am
isn't it?
good. It is Monday, so I'm like kicking back. Hey, look, it's
Look
me.
at that. We have a recording on.
No, it's good. Everything has to open by the end of this week in order to be eligible for the Tony Awards, and so the last 2 weeks have been really crazy with openings.
A lot of openings.
A lot of fun,
Yeah.
but I am definitely feeling the pressure. I'm feeling it. So Anastasia tonight.
Indeed. Anastasia opens tonight.
Yeah, very excited about that.
Yes.
Charlie was last night.
It sure was.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have a nice, fun, packed week of Broadway openings.
Last night we did a little bit of a candy game where I made them identify candy bars based on like photos. So I showed like a photo of ABBA and like a goldfish.
Okay.
Anybody? Thank you very much. Swedish
we got
fish.
It. We
yes.
got it. We have
yes. So there was a little bit of struggles on the carpet, but everybody made it through. And it's a little fun video, so that should be out soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we got some big news today. The Tony Awards is reinstating the best sound design categories. So there we go. I
think on the sound on the Facebook, it just sounds like
that.
It's like messy and
that's really exciting. It's happening in the 2017-2018 season.
So not until next year.
So not until next year, but that's pretty cool. And basically the sound design categories are going to be voted on by a subset of the Tony voters. So people who know their sound will be voting for the sound design category.
Who gets to pick? Who are those people? I want to know. It's you. It's you,
George Salazar.
Right.
Who, by the way, did we mention George Salazar is here?
George Salazar is our guest. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's...
Yeah, theme songs.
Yeah. So let's rock through this news so we can get George up
Please,
here.
tell me what's going on.
Yeah, so what else? We have full casting for the new West End revival of Annie, and 3 young actresses are going to share
It's a trend. It's a trend. The 3 young people.
Yes.
It's a thing that they do now.
They're going to be splitting the work. So those 3 young actresses are Lola Maxim. Should I pronounce that?
You can do it. I believe in you.
Sorry, my apologies. Ruby Stokes and Madeline Hain. And they'll be sharing the stage with Alex Bourne as Daddy Warbucks, Holly Dale Spencer as Grace Farrell, Johnny Fines as Rooster, and...
you got that one. Oh, yeah, that was all you, pal.
Django Scott as
Nice.
Lily.
Yeah.
And they're joining the previously announced Miranda Hart as Miss Hennigan.
And they're all going to share this live video on Facebook.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Great.
Yep.
So that's that production opens in a few months.
Very exciting.
Manny Gonzalez and Michael Cerveris have joined Broadway Acts for Women at 54 Below.
I love them both.
This is A is For, which is Martha Plimpton's nonprofit.
Yes.
So they're going to be having a really great night at 54 Below on May 7th, and they're going to be joined by Cecily Strong, Brian Darcy James, Jen Colella, Ariana DeBose, Noah Galvin, Rebecca Luker, and Martha Plimpton's dad, Keith Carradine.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. The Broadway musical Amelie performed on the Today Show this morning.
It's Broadway week.
It's Broadway week.
By the way, this is like my favorite week of childhood. I used to every morning I used to wake up and watch the Broadway shows perform when I didn't live in New York.
So they do a mashup. Philippa Sue and Adam Chandler Barat with the cast do a mashup of 2 numbers. It's a lot of fun.
It's lovely.
Yeah,
lots of umbrellas. They like dancing with umbrellas.
Yeah. What else do we have here? We have a new cultural list, and we have the top 10 Broadway roles Tony host Kevin Spacey should take on.
I'm a really big fan of this list.
Yeah, so it's fun and hilarious.
Yeah.
Worth checking out. And lastly, Lena Hall has a new Never Have I Ever video. Tell us about it.
Yes, she does. Lena Hall was in the studio a couple weeks ago. Tony winner,
yes.
Lena Hall. And we played a game of Never Have I Ever, and she just is full of stories. I could not even include half of the things that we talked about, not because they were inappropriate, because we just didn't have time. But it's very funny. She's so charming and just like a wonderful human being, and so you should, if you haven't watched that video, you should watch it.
Watch it.
Yeah.
But that's it for news. We have George Salazar here from the new musical The Lightning Thief, so bring on George.
Lightning Thief, get out of here, Andy. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, George Salazar!
Hi!
Thank you. Thank you, studio audience. Top left, I think. That's what you were looking for the whole time. You were hoping
I was going to ask you if there was
a
a fart sound.
What other noises do we have? What's that one?
Ew. Oh.
Ew. George Salazar. What's going on?
That just ruined everything.
It ruined everything.
I'm gonna
The
go.
interview's going to be horrible. You are currently in The Lightning Thief.
The Lightning Thief.
Off-Broadway.
Off-Broadway.
Tell me about it.
Oh, man. I describe it as like an action film on stage, and the characters break out into song.
What could be
like,
better?
It never stops. The energy is just like nonstop. The pacing is perfect. The cast is incredible. Chris McCarroll is like a dream as Percy Jackson. I like truly can't think of anyone else who can play that part.
He is that guy.
Yeah, he's just like quirky and weird, and kind of sort of godly. You know what I mean?
Kinda, sorta.
Yeah,
godly.
hair on point. But
the messy
otherwise.
look, like the messy look. Of
A
the
messy
hair.
god.
A messy god, as we would say. Gawd. So, do you know the history of the show? It's been sort of like skirting around for a while.
Yeah, so it used to be a 1 hour, like, very children's theater-y touring show that
Yes.
TheaterWorks would do.
Right.
And they would tour it at schools and, like, cafeterias and stuff. And then last year, they started developing it into a full-length 2-act musical.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had done Be More Chill with...
Two River.
At Two River with Joe Iconis,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Trace, and Stephen Brackett. Joe Trace and Stephen Brackett are in the creative team of Lightning Thief. Stephen Brackett directed, Joe Trace wrote the book.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and so last year they asked me to do this like developmental reading, and that began my little journey with Lightning Thief. And so here we are now in production, and you know, we do like a lot of workshops.
Yeah.
And some never take off, and some do, and like it's really exciting to be a part of something that that I was a part of at the kind of the inception of this 2-act full length, and be in production with it now.
I guess my question is like, what audience is really connecting with the show? Like, is it a lot of young people that are coming to see the show, or is there like a millennial sort of audience that's like really, really engaging with it?
It's a pretty like eclectic crew. There's a lot of people in their 20s who like when the books first came out.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was
missed
thinking.
the boat on
Reading?
Percy Jackson.
Yeah, reading.
Oh,
I missed the boat on
reading.
reading. I'm not a reader. Yeah, just not a reading kind of guy.
I missed the boat on Percy Jackson. I also missed the boat on Harry Potter. Was not much of a reader. So I had no idea that like it was this huge thing, really until they announced the
Comic
cast.
books? Were you like a comic book
I was
person?
definitely a graphic novel.
Okay, graphic
Graphic novel, comic books, the whole shebang.
Okay, great.
I need pictures.
I need a visual. I need some sort of. I need
a speech bubble.
Yeah.
To really relate.
Right. Yeah.
To the material. But it's this eclectic group of people. There are people in their 20s who are like super obsessed with the books, and there are people. There are young kids who are coming, and parents. Kind of like cross generational. Like there's something for everyone in this show.
Yeah.
And it was a huge priority for the creative team and for us to like make this thing not feel like a children's show.
Yeah, so you guys were very intentional about that.
Yeah,
like you did not want it to be a children's show.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like obviously I get
Fun,
the gig. Like
yeah.
it's a Percy Jackson musical,
Right.
so we're gonna have a lot of kids
Yeah,
and
of
school
course.
groups. But the goal on this one was to kind of like make something that a lot of people would enjoy.
And there's I don't want to say like special effects, but there's a lot of like that just like fun, like action-y, like.
Yeah, we have like a bus explosion that I just saw footage of the
What?
other day that looks really cool. When we're in it, we're like, this probably looks horrible.
Right.
But then I watched some B-roll from an interview and like was like, oh wow, this looks really cool. You know, you don't know what the show looks like when you're in it. So it's we have like smoke and we have there's tons of costume changes.
Love
one of the
smoke.
actors is Sarah Beth Pfeiffer. She plays like 13 characters in the show. I play 2. I play Grover, who's Percy's best friend and satyr protector, so he's a half goat.
Like you do.
I have these goat legs that are so hot.
Do they go on your hands or do they go on your like legs?
My legs.
Oh, I don't know if you like did like the whole like.
Oh no, I'm half goat, half man.
Okay, but not like centaur.
No.
Okay.
Well, you know, I'm goat from the waist down.
So goat-ish.
Yeah.
Goat-like.
Goat-esque.
Let us read through some comments here. Let's see if anyone. Oh, Ian, here's your shout out. You were great in Tick Tick Boom, says Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Maya, she saw the show. She's seeing it again on Thursday, but she saw it last Monday.
Well, Maya, we'll see you there. We're having a lot of repeat offenders.
I was
going to
say, so is there a fan base starting to develop?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They all really wanted a cast album too, and we're actually going to the studio on Wednesday on the day off.
You're doing a cast album
to record the cast
That's
album.
so exciting. I think it's nice when shows that are not on Broadway develop. Like Heathers was another show that really developed a big fan base. But Be More Chill did too. I feel like
it did.
That people start really engaging with the cast and really get into just the whole thing.
Yeah.
And now social media makes that very easy.
Yes, it does.
Let's see what else we got here. Cast album. Yes. I stole the computer from my mom to watch this. Josie, I hope you don't get grounded. Allie loved your takeover on Broadway Box the other day.
Broadway Box is the best. They gave me this thank you bag today with...
Yeah, I know. I can't believe you didn't bring it.
I know. Well, can we just go and eat
candy?
Bye, guys. We're going to go eat
candy.
Yeah, I loved the Broadway Box takeover.
Ooh. This is a great question.
Let's do it.
Does your wonderful ethnic background affect your approach to theater in any particular way? Was home life musical or comic?
Wow, Lisa, that's a great question. My wonderful ethnic background affects my approach to theater for sure. I don't ever want to be cast because of the color of my skin.
Mm-hmm.
I want the work to kind of speak for itself, and I've been very fortunate to, with the exception of Here Lies Love, which was super specific.
Yeah, but
yeah, everything else that I've done in New York and outside of New York has been independent of where my parents were born, and I feel like that's, I just did a workshop. It's a little bit of a secret, but I played a real historic figure, kind of like Hamilton-esque, who's a short, chubby white guy, and it was good. It turned out fine.
It doesn't make a difference.
We're just breaking down barriers and trying to just flip this whole theater thing on its side.
Because we need to.
Yeah, put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it, as Missy Elliott says. That's for Christmas Carol.
Did you, but someone, I was reading this the other day that that literally is what she says. Is churning nippy dip is playing yet.
I found that out 2 weeks ago.
Right, because everybody was talking about it. What is it backwards? What is the actual thing? Put my name down, flip it, and reverse it?
Yeah, put my name thing
Oh, it's
down.
Missy. Is it Missy Elliott backwards?
No, it's put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it backwards.
Reversed. Crazy.
Insane.
Inception.
But backwards, it sounds like this. It's your from yet.
What does it sound like?
It's your from yet.
Very nice. What is your favorite musical and character that you've played? It was great seeing the show and meeting everybody after, says Laura.
My favorite musical and character was actually something in college.
You went to?
I went to the University of Florida. It was my senior year.
Go Gators.
And go Gators. Nice.
I mean, what?
He doesn't read. He does watch college football.
Yeah, right.
I did in my senior year. I did a production of Sunday in the Park with George, and I played George.
Dot. Oh, George.
Dot is the dream role.
Yeah, right.
But Florida wasn't ready for that kind of gender bending theater.
You were George.
I was George, and I had no business being 22 and playing that character. But I would love to get a chance to, I don't know, replace Jake Gyllenhaal.
Did you see this?
I haven't had a chance to because the tickets are $9,000. I sold a kidney, so I'm saving.
It's gone.
It's done.
They closed. Sorry to tell you.
Sorry, I haven't been keeping up with my Live at 5s.
Did they film it? I don't know. They're doing a cast recording. They did film it. Well, there you go.
I mean, listen, once you do the lead role of that show, it's why see anybody else's? I'm kidding.
Is there a current Broadway role that, in particular, that you would like to tackle?
A current Broadway role? Kind of. This is crazy. I went in for Hamilton, did a self-tape for Lafayette, and I was just, not right for it. But I feel like there's a universe where I would love to play Hamilton.
I think there's definitely a universe where that could happen.
Yeah.
I would see that.
I mean,
Since the show is so high energy, do you have any pre-show rituals?
Oh,
says
yes,
Megan.
I do. We were talking about this before Live at 5, but I do these
yes,
lip sync videos every day.
Is that literally a pre-show ritual, though?
Yeah. there are tons of wigs in our show, and Carrie compares wigs are the best. My favorite one that she has, she wears at the top of show, so I can't use it really in my my Instagram live videos. But there are these like 2 little Afro puffs with like cute pink like hair ties with like the little plastic balls on them. I love wearing that. She has a dread wig. She has this like Long Island medium situation that I wore.
The Long Island medium situation.
I wore that, but I do these lip syncs of like classic songs sung by strong Black women. They're my favorite.
If you haven't watched these videos yet, I wish we could do like a lip sync, but I don't think we're allowed to because of the rights with the music and the live stream and the whole thing. I don't know. It's just like not worth because then the video would come down and then it would just be bad.
But then what you can do is follow me on Instagram at George Salazar, and literally at half hour, I pick a wig, I pick a song, and I go in.
Literally goes in.
Yeah, it gets my energy going. It gets me pumped and hyped for the show, and then I just say bye and click end.
By the way, like, where did that start? Did you, like, just, like, hear a song and start lip syncing and you're like, this would be a good idea to, like, film this?
You know, Chris and I were doing, like, live videos on his account, and there was one day where he was, like, lip syncing to Kanye West, and he was like, I went in to bother him, and he was like, do you know any Kanye West songs that you want to lip sync? And I was like, sure. So I lip synced my favorite Kanye West song. It's called Hey Mama. It's from Late Registration. I listened to it before every audition, and it's basically him like rapping a song for his mom about how like he is gonna someday make his mom really proud and like buy her the house she always wanted and the Benz and all that stuff. But yeah,
that's how it started.
Chaz May says, can you please say, I put my thing down, flip it reverse backwards one more time. It's your from a vignette.
The vignette is really specific. Tim, what is your favorite costume in Lightning Thief? Says Met?
My favorite costume is Mr. D. I mean, I only wear 2 costumes. I wear Grover, which is very sweaty, and it's like these goat pants with these ninja shoes that have like, okay, I have to wear special socks for them where my big toe has its own compartment and then the other toes are in one end.
Oh my God.
So these ninja shoes have like like they look like camels.
Camel feet.
And so I wear those, and then I have this tie-dye shirt.
Got it.
It's sweaty. Mr. D, I get to finally take the goat legs off, and that's why Mr. D's
and the camel feet.
Camel feet off.
Off. No more camel feet. Do you have a favorite song you like to lip sync to?
I'm Here from The Color Purple.
My girl.
Specifically Cynthia Reeves.
Yeah, obviously.
I haven't done that live yet, but I think that might be something I'm going to do tonight. We have a show tonight.
Speaking of Broadway Box, Josh Ferry wants to know, when do you first remember being funny? Do you remember an early laugh that you got that stayed with you?
Yeah, I used to do prank calls when I was a kid.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Yeah.
You were like not reading, you were prank calling.
I was prank calling.
Yeah.
And I prank called, this is horrible, and I hope he's not watching, because I don't know if he's forgiven me yet.
He definitely is.
My cousin is this successful doctor in Indiana. And he had just moved from the Philippines, and he was like trying to get a residency program in the States. And I called him and I just like named the first hospital.
Star 67?
Yeah,
Star 67, right.
And I just said that I was a doctor from another it was actually his number 1 pick for
oh my gosh
a hospital to work at. And I asked him I said, we have too many Filipino doctors, would you be willing to change your skin color? I think I was 8 or 9. I was
my
like,
God.
would you be willing to change your skin color so that we seem more diverse?
What was his answer?
And he literally was like, yes, absolutely, yes. And then I got a call, and then I was like, just kidding, it's George. And he was like, oh, ha, 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 ha.
Right.
And then hung up. And then his mom, my aunt, called my mom, and it created all this drama in our family for like 36 hours.
Oh, I thought you were saying 36 years. I was like,
No.
Oy.
I'm not that old.
No, I didn't say, okay. Are there any large mishaps that have ever happened during Lightning Thief?
The best was at the Saturday matinee, literally this past Saturday. Chris McCarroll has this line where he says, "We were framed, and I know who did the framing. Who wins if the gods start a war? Ares, the god of war. He's probably watching us now. Show yourself." But he had like a mini stroke, and he was like, "We were framed, and I know who did the framing." And at this point, I kneeled down next to him, and I watched his brain just
You watched
stop.
it just like, you just watched it go away.
And his face was just like, he was staring at the stage, and he went, "Who is the most benefited god when a war starts?" Ares, the god of war. And
You lost.
I kept it together. I kept it together.
I'm proud of
Carrie
you.
Compare then comes on for a scene, and she starts to forget her line, and then remembers Chris's stroke, and then starts full on laughing on stage. There was a minute long pause. It was very Jimmy Fallon of her, and she had her hand over her mouth, and her shoulders were just doing this.
That's a good one.
That's I think the best.
I love the
mishap.
White Room. When people go to the White Room.
The
and
White.
just-
I hate the White Room, but I'm glad you like
I
it.
think it's so funny. Okay, this is the last one we'll do.
Yeah.
Are there any Easter eggs hidden in the set? I thought I saw a storm cloud made of spray paint, but are there any others?
There are some Easter eggs, and my favorite one is Lee Savage did our set design, and I am obsessed with our Lightning Thief set. It's like Grecian columns meets like urban New York City concrete jungle. It's super cool.
It's like my apartment aesthetic.
Fancy.
Yeah, no, not
They
at all.
take care of you here.
Yeah,
Huh.
right. Yeah.
That Live at 5 bonus.
That live at 5 bonus.
So we have this column stage left, and like kind of peeking out from behind it is like a little Greek warrior, but Banksy style. So it looks like Banksy came and put a thing there, and it's like my favorite thing. You have to look for it. It's stage left, so if you're house right, you'll see it. He's got like a little shield and a sword.
He's like,
And he's poking out from behind the thing. And we also have these black light jellyfish. There's a black light moment in the show. Of course, I'm off stage for it, so I don't even know what it looks like.
Of course.
But black lights turn on, and then you see these little jellyfish.
are they invisible otherwise?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Theater magic. At the Lortel.
At the Lortel. Speaking of the Lortel, you should go to the Lortel and see The Lightning Thief, the musical, starring George Salazar.
And an incredible cast. And you guys, we have a rush. And so if you're a starving college student or starving actor, just come to the theater when the box office opens, and they're $30 tickets.
Or if you lose the Hamilton lottery, just go
Get on the
down.
1 train to Christopher Street,
Yep.
and yeah.
And
I'm
also,
sorry.
There's
I'm
a lot
sorry
of good
you lost-
restaurants down there. There's a lot of good stuff down
There's
there.
a lot of great stuff down there.
Including The Lightning
The
Thief.
Lightning Thief.
At Lortel. Thanks for being here.
My God, thank you so much for
Are
having
you
me.
kidding me? I adore you.
Do I get
And
one of those Broadway.com mugs now?
You gotta dope that box that
Would
you got.
Paul be mad if I just
Took this thing. Thanks guys for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye everybody.
Bye,
Happy
everyone.
Monday.